Okay, so here we're gonna see how fast does it actually charge up. So I driven 31 kilometers and it's empty. It's 45 volts, but if I hit gas it fastly drops down. And I'll be using two chargers. So one goes here and the other one goes here. Right. And they are, here you can see it a little better, 58.8 volt, 2 amperes, so it's like 120 watts of charging, so 240 watts here in this charging speed. So let's see, what is the time? The time is 2 and 9 minutes, 14.9. So like 10 minutes over 2 o'clock. So, and we have already 46 volts. And full battery is 58.8 volts. So let's see how fast they charge up. Normally it's said that it charges around 4 hours, but let's see how actually fast it is. And this one has it's a 24 amp battery. So we'll see. And on a single charge I managed to get 31 kilometers driving really aggressively, well, mostly aggressively. I would say if you use it all time, I would say if you drive fully aggressively, like always throttle to the max dual engines, I think you will get around 20 kilometers. So on economics I think you will get around 40 to 50 kilometers on a single charge, but I don't know. Let's do a range test after these batteries are fully charged up. This battery. So I'm charging right now for an hour 30 and it's up maybe half. So after 2 hours and 9 minutes we have approximately, well, I calculated around 65% charge. So we are 3 hours and 5 minutes and it's up by approximately 10 volts, and it should go up by another 4 at least. So we are, briefly speaking, around 70% charge, and as I noticed, the higher the volts are, the slower it charges. So maybe it's because, I don't know actually why, but I reckon it would take around 4 hours to fully charge with dual chargers. Let's see what the LCD displays, is it full or not. So LCD also does not display whether it's full or not. So my conclusion, it should take around 4 to 5 hours dual fully charged with this large battery. Normally speaking, I think it will be around 5 hours dual chargers and 10 hours single charger. So that's what you could get. But the thing is, like most of the batteries, if you charge it dual charging, they charge up very quickly, but they tend to discharge faster. But when you charge single charger, it charges slower, and then again it little slower discharges. So this is one of the interesting things I noticed. The slower you charge, the actually fuller the battery itself gets. Don't look at the volts, look at the how long it will last. So I want to go outside for a ride. So I'm waiting 3 hours. I'm bored and I want to go outside, so stay tuned for the driving video. Okay, so I'm outside. It's not fully charged because the battery falls down to 52 volts. And a nice car went by, noisy, smells like diesel. And then I'll start doing some off-road riding, so you can stay tuned, see how it goes, and from moment to moment I will talk about it a little bit. So, but my conclusion about the charging is that it could take up to 10 hours single charge the small battery. But I have, with this scooter, I have the large battery, 24 amps. So I thought with two chargers it could take up to with two chargers it will take up to 5 to 6 hours, and with a single charger it can take up to 10 to 12 hours. So that's my conclusion, because as soon as I started driving, the volts started falling down really fastly. But anyway, let's be doing some off-roading. I like off-roading with this. Sometimes it's better to switch to eco ride because it can go really fast and maybe you are not prepared to go that fast. 30 is quite fine with this. And I'm driving in economical single motor, so that's the absolute slowest it can go. Less power, absolutely, as it can. Most economical version of this scooter, and it still goes pretty. You can still feel the speed. It's quite satisfying, even if it is the less in complete economical mode. Right. A little bit dangerous. Yeah, but. How much can you drive with this? I mean, like, what's the distance? What's the maximum range you can go with this scooter? And before I started this video, it was 231 kilometers. Honestly, I think with, let's say, being really aggressive driver, a satisfying acceleration with the large battery would be, I mean, like, satisfying, like you still enjoy driving it, would be around 20 kilometers, 22. With small battery it could be around 15 kilometers to 18 kilometers, and that's like top speeds, dual motors, full accelerations from time to time, and then at some moments do some slow driving, like I'm doing right here, like something combinated, aggressive combinated, let's say. So with the large battery it could take up to a satisfying driving up to 22, 24 kilometers range, and then it will get slower and slower, and you will be just doing economical rides, and you will be fed up with driving that slow. You would want to charge up as soon as you can. So we are in the forest, and by here, oh, it's wheel spinning, and right here you can see our riverside. I will not drive there, but honestly I think I could drive on the opposite side of the river. So, and that's what we will do in this video, drive to the opposite side. So, and the total range for driving aggressively, so after 22 and let's say 22, 25 kilometers, you will be almost enough of joy. But still you can drive like economically around 8 to 10 more kilometers. So the total range would be driving aggressively, joyfully and happily, not paying too much attention to economics. You could get around 32 kilometers. That's what I got on full charge. Now let's talk about economics. It's like driving in a city on a nice tarmac and without too much hills, without accelerating and braking that much. I think you get twice as more. That's what I think. Definitely you can get around 50. So it's like driving back to work, to and back to work. Because if you're using dual motors, as I did mostly of previous time, I'm doing those 32 kilometers of range. I was mostly using dual motors, so definitely that's using twice as more power, twice as more electricity from the battery. And also there's another thing, if you're braking the I don't know how is it called in English, but if you're accelerating slowly, let's say to the 40 kilometers an hour, you would spend less energy than if you accelerate quicker and quicker and quicker. I think it's called inerts in Latvian, but anyway, my conclusion is that even on economical ride, slowly driving without dual motors, maybe you can get twice as the range. So 50 to 60, maybe 70 kilometers you can get. Now, and if you are, let's say, a heavyweight champion, if you weigh heavy, you are like a boxer, or you have lots of waste on you, maybe 100, maybe 150 kilograms of total you are, eating lots of sugar and sweets and not doing exercises, I think you can lower the range by 20%, and then that's what I think. So take a look at the sunset. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'll try to show you. You should see it. So 52.5 volts as I was starting, or wheel spinning as I was starting, it was 54.5. Okay, so I will shift to dual motors right now on economical mode. And both wheels do wheel spin on such a so funny. Okay, let's shift it off on such a dirt. And keep in mind, I'm driving the absolute slowest as you can get. It doesn't matter that there is the gear 3 indicating that to the maximum gear. It doesn't matter, because if you switch on economical mode, it will slowly accelerate and not go more than 25 kilometers an hour. So it doesn't mean much. So okay. Maybe I will do some fun videos on the next series. And okay, so let's do some fast riding. As soon as I shift to dual motors, it starts wheel spinning. Maybe you don't hear our camera that much. Jesus. I forgot fast. I want to say mountains are no problem with this, baby. As you can see. Okay. I want to say many times people are looking strange to me. Like, who's that asshole driving there? So now I'm on single motor. Economical mode is switched off, so it could go up to 45, 55 kilometers, but I'm not pushing that much. Let's shift to second gear, because the road isn't that well here. the next right. I missed. We're going uphill. Second gear, third gear, no acceleration. Dual motors. Oh yeah, acceleration, baby. So we are at the opposite side right now. I'm completely not worried whether the scooter will take me up that hill. I'm more worried whether it will go wheel spinning up that hill. Let's try. Okay, and it went wheel spinning up there. So on the rear wheel drive now. Okay, just roll it down and let's go further. Honestly speaking, if this scooter would have better tires, I'm having road tires right now, it will be much more of a fun driving these roads, because it's just wheel spins with no grip, and that's maybe the worst. Alright, the front wheel is just wheel spinning. Okay, so a little chit chat and we're on. Actually, I could demonstrate to you how this wheel spins. Let's do it right now, right here. Okay, so I'll just stop. And now it's real wheel economical. Okay, now a little spin. Nothing happened. Okay. Let's go backward. So, as you can see, nothing big. Maybe you heard that wheel spin in the front tire. So, on such a gravel, actually it's pretty dense gravel right now. It's maybe some close to cement right now, but before I started the launch, it just wheel spin buried me inside. So basically what I want to tell you is that on such a tarmac, such a dirt roads, it could get you wheel spinning easily, and on economical mode. So that's also another bonus. So I will be driving left. Somewhere else today. Actually, maybe I'm the first one in my city who uses such a scooter. So everybody's looking at me like crazy. Like I'm crazy now. Let's do a top speed test. I'm not pushing to the maximum. It's a bumpy road. Okay, right now I could. Single motor, maximum speed. And I'll switch to dual motors. Alright. was off, but the battery is very weak, I can feel it. So it was maybe 50% charged. – 47 volts I have in the battery right now, it's showing me. And if I let go of the throttle, it's 50. So let's go left. The walkway. Walkways are boring. I don't want to push more with a weak battery. Beautiful sunset. Not too bad for a walkway that fast. Here. There are dogs. Let's go backwards. Let's take the next detour. So the only thing which by now I reckon to be most dangerous driving such a scooter is because you're really up high. For example, my face is really up high and there are tree branches and it's really hard to see them right now. You can easily smash your face with one of the trees or maybe eyes, so basically glasses or a helmet should be recommended. Already 6 kilometers. Okay, well, I will take a pause. So on the standstill it's showing me 50.2 volts. Okay, 50.7 volts. Entering cemetery zone. So I met the same friends again, and they wanted to go for a ride with this, so I took the kids for a ride, and I noticed that the battery is really weak, or maybe the kids were quite heavy. So what I noticed is that on dual motors you don't get the acceleration anymore. So that was how much weight and battery life actually affects your driving acceleration. So that's a really important thing. So I wanted to go here because here is the funniest part. Here is downhill. I'm a little bit afraid, but shouldn't be that bad. I don't see the road exactly. And the opposite side is uphill. Okay. And we are up without a problem. I couldn't do that even with my own bicycle. It's okay, I needed to make a phone call. I will make a phone call right now. Getting dark in here. I can feel the battery is weaker. I'll turn on the lights. Let's see whether it helps something or not. Switch to dual modes. Let's check acceleration. Oh no, acceleration is still fine. Maybe so it was the weight issue. So the more weight you are, the less acceleration you feel. Never been here. Never driven here. And let's take a pause. Okay, so I took a break and people came up asking questions. How fast is it? Etc. Does it have power? Etc. How much it costs? So I can answer you these questions. It costs around $1,300, $1,400, depending on whether I new or used. I bought this one used, but with a large battery. Something going on here. Drive to a puddle and got some wet on the brakes. And power enough. Sometimes I wish for more, but then you want to charge it up. It's okay again. What was the next question? Is it fully battery? Electricity? Yes, 100% electricity. And yeah, so it's a really fun to drive with this. So let's go through night driving through the city. We still have battery, driven 8 kilometers. Never driven more cities. Let's turn off the lights. Actually not that fast anymore, so I don't feel the power from the battery anymore that much. Hopefully we'll get up the slope. Single engine, dual engines. Okay, dual engines are taking me up with an acceleration. I want to save some power. You could drive all day like this. 49 volts. 44, 42 is the place when you really should consider charging, and the green battery bar will be empty, and it will start to blink. That's when you know you need to head home. Maybe 2 more kilometers left in the highway. So yeah, joyful to drive. Off-road. Now I'm driving on a brick type of a road. You don't feel any vibration, anything. This 10X. I think I should turn on the lights so people can see me actually. The city where I am driving right now is a very small city. It's with a full charge you can go maybe 2 to 3 times around it. Maybe economically, maybe even 4 times around it. So actually you have nowhere to go with this, but maybe not many places to go. So today we already have done 9 kilometers with 3-hour charging time. Dual chargers. I guess we can get some 5 more kilometers from it. So conclusion is that 3 hours dual charging was half the charge. So the conclusion is that actually it's really long to charge it. It takes a lot of time to charge it. So I'm thinking I will charge it while I'm driving the car, from point A to point B, and charge it every time when I get home, etc. And let's use the road this time. So my conclusion is that. You can actually get some 40, maybe 50 kilometers with it, but you need to drive very, very economical with this. So you can get 30 kilometers if you drive aggressively. Maybe today I'm driving something average, not aggressive and not economical. So it means you need to actually have a lot of time of actually charging it. But I think it's because it has dual motors and it's actually really heavy, and it has a kilowatt. One engine is 1 kilowatt. So I think basically you could do something better with smaller. You can charge faster and get better range with smaller scooters. But this is actually, I like it because it's actually quite fast. Accelerations, I would say joyful, enjoyful. Okay, let's stop a little. Okay, let's continue. Jumps, and I was surprised how easy it was. Making like jumps in the air, driving over a bump or walkway to walkway with jumps, and I was surprised how actually easy it was. I know where I want to go. I want to go and take with this. Wait. built road. Really built road. And keep in mind, I'm actually not driving pretty economical because I'm pushing the brakes really often. I mean, like disc brakes, not charging brakes, but disc brakes. But anyway, charging or disc brakes, it will still reduce your range quite sufficiently. People wonder what to do with such a monster. It's not a bicycle, it's not a pedestrian walking, it's something different. So what to do with? Nobody knows what to do. They're just gazing, giving me the road. Trying to do some wheelies but didn't manage, never tried, never been interested. Let's go past that car. Fast because you don't have any battery left. So car task over. Oh, we went past it, nice. So I really need to start thinking about going back home because of the battery. So maybe I will start driving economically. Too boring. It's okay, 10 kilometers already today. 47 volts. So at 42 it starts to discharge. It starts to get really slow, but still I feel acceleration with this, so I'm not quite worried yet. And keep in mind, driving scooters, or maybe not this one but others as well, it's really difficult to drive one-handed. Really difficult to drive one-handed. So basically you always need to hold with both of your hands. So if you let go one of your hands and you accidentally brake or drive into a bump, or hold the mobile phone in the other hand, you can so easily fall down without any problems. And that's one of the things which I don't like, because sometimes you may want to, especially when driving such a thing, use navigation or something, maybe call a friend and do something. You cannot do it, like for example on bicycles. So you need a mobile phone holder and you need some headset. And just for this reason, this actually scooter has a USB charging port on the back side, which is nice. But why should you need it if you're driving this, you will maybe drive 2 hours with this thing. Not more than 2 hours. Maybe 3. Maybe 3. I mean, like non-stop. Not like you get home and then continue driving tomorrow, etc. So I don't think there is a mobile phone who can actually discharge in 3 hours. Maybe this GoPro camera can, but I'm not sure about mobile phones. But still, it's a good thing to have. Okay, so we're almost to the new road. Thank you, girls. I need to stop somewhere here. Okay, my camera is about to turn off, so I will tell the conclusion right now. I forgot the charging cable home, but anyway, I will make a conclusion. So, it's a really fun and enjoyable off-road electric scooter that you can have. You can drive highly economically, I think 50 kilometers, maybe 60, with a fully charged battery. Fully charged battery can take up to, now I'm talking about 24 amp battery. This is 23 amp battery, something in the middle between 23 and 24. It can get you around, it can charge around with a single charger from 10, I would suggest from 10 to 14 hours. With a dual charger, we can take around from 5 to 6 to 7 hours if you're charging from a completely discharged battery. I mean. So that's actually a lot of time, and so basically you would be ending up of basically sometimes I cannot go there because it's not charging that fast, and you could be ending up of maybe really wanting dual chargers or I don't know, something dirty road, slow driving, or something else, I don't know, because I'm driving this distance in this video. What I'm doing is I was charging, as you saw in the video, a little bit more than 3 hours, 3 hours and 10 minutes of dual chargers. So basically, if you only would have one charger, you would not be able to do this distance which I'm having right now. And still, I'm having some spare power left. If I were to drive economically all that road, I think I would definitely have 20 kilometers of battery life. So right now I've used up only 30 kilometers. So yeah. People running around the streets. People driving around the streets. Let's see if we switch to... Oh, it still has power. If I switch to dual mode, not that fast anymore, but still has some juice in it. It's okay, so I'm not worried about whether I will get or don't get home. So I will use another detour. I'm driving that slow because it's complete economical mode right now. If I switch off the economics, it gives a little boost, and we are continuing to drive. Continuing the drive. Midnight dancer. Oh. That's what I always wanted, to just drive around the city. But not sitting at home. Basically, I'm using the lights not because I need them, but so that other people can see me when I'm driving, so don't jump in front of me or just shocked that out of nowhere somebody came with a scooter, etc. Let's go downhill. Down sandy road. Don't see anything. This is an interesting experience. Just don't drive too fast. Maybe there's a rock on the road. This is a dirt road, gravel road. You don't see anything. But myself, I don't see anything at all. Just feel some little bumps. More bumps. Sometimes on large bumps you can stand on your fingers. Because you shake too much. It comes off. The scooter is really weak. Battery is off. And another thing is why the battery could be weak in addition to just being discharged is because actually outside is maybe 5 degrees Celsius, so it's actually not recommended to drive in such a low temperature, especially for the battery. But I'm like, oh, but I'm using the battery itself could warm up a little, so I'm like, okay, 5 degrees, I'm drying in my gloves. So 5 degrees. Let's try here. Not that cold for me, but maybe the battery isn't meant to be used in such low temperatures. So yeah, 45 volts already, 46. So it's nearly discharged. Keep on driving economically. Let's use the voltmeter. And another thing which is really lacking is I need to have mirrors. I used to watch the mirrors, what's on the backside, especially when you're driving along with the cars on the roads. You definitely need mirrors. And by default, I'm never driving here. By default, the scooter doesn't have them, so you need to like buy additionally some mirrors if you want to drive on the city. It still has some juice. Battery is not that bad. Let's take another short road, because we still have some battery left. Dual motors. And you need to drive safely always, especially with the pedestrians or people walking. You may scare the shit out of them. To jump off the walkway, but didn't turn out so good. So 74 volts. Let's see whether you're still online. Yeah, you're still online. I think I could drive all day with this. Hope it will be a little warmer. We're going downhill, I'm holding the brakes and it's charging up a little. One volt additional. Nice. Hope we could use it maybe afterwards. Let's drive where there is light, and let there be light where I drive, and there was light. Okay, let's take the longest road home, additionally 2 kilometers. Yeah, you could definitely have larger headlights, because you could say these lights at all don't help you. You wish you could see some more. Okay, we would need definitely some additional power because we'll be driving along up road, so dual motors it is. Once, twice. Don't feel the power anymore as we had in the beginning of the video, but no problem with this. used to have motorcycles, motor scooters, and superbikes as well. I used to go with 300 kilometers an hour sometimes. So it's actually, when you're driving some fast motorcycles, it's actually really fun, especially the acceleration part. But for motorcycles, really a downside. It's heavy, it's uses petrol, it's oils, it's dirty, and etc. But with this, you can maybe have half the adrenaline or the fun, maybe half, maybe 1/4, but it's enough, especially for me. Especially when you consider the pluses, then you can take this with the pluses. I mean, you can take this into a bus, into a car, you can take it in the countryside, you can drive around the city, you can take it into an office. Even if it's necessary, you can charge it anywhere, you don't need to fill it up anywhere. Especially if you have solar panels, you can charge them home from a single or maybe 2 panels. So there are definitely other pluses compared to a scooter from a motorcycle. And maybe one of the downsides is that basically you can drive only alone with this scooter, but with the bike, motorcycle, you can take 2 people, most of the bikes. And by the way, which girl of yours would want to drive an electric scooter? Like 2 people on an electric scooter? I don't think there would be pretty much girls that will do this. Kids, yeah, sure, I like it. Just like right now, I turned off the camera, but I met some friends and they asked me, can I take for a ride with my children? I said, sure. Some other people were walking next to me and asked how much, how fast, and etc. Because it has the power. It has power, but not like motorcycles. Some lights, because hard to see anything. Maybe a bump or maybe a cat or maybe a dead body. I don't want to run into the sandcastle. Oh, my feet are getting cold, so I should be heading home right now. So I would say dual charged 3 hours. Definitely can get 20 kilometers of distance, and it was around, I guess, 65% of charge. So my feet is feeling cramped. It's not boring to drive this, because you need to take corners, you accelerate, you concentrate, you focus on the brakes, and when you hit the gas you drive a little faster. It's really like a sports, sports actually. It's fun, especially in the summer. Now it's cold, but in the summer definitely fun. Some people walking. Cars driving. Let's go past this car. I don't have so much power. I'll get that car. Okay, so when I turn off the economical modes, it's not getting me that acceleration as I wish. If I turn on dual engines, it's not getting me any more boost at all. And as you can see, the battery, when I switch dual motors, is actually only 1 bar to no bars left. So I should be going home right now, and here are the bumps. Woo! Jumps and bumps. This is what I like the most. So 43 volts, so we're nearly depleting the battery. So I think that's it for today's video. So see you on the next video, and watch my other channel videos, and I have some more information about the scooter.